Well, welcome to another edition of Autistic on Tour. My name is Jude, and we are going to the London Museum in the Docklands today. It's a free museum to attend, and you know, there is some interesting history stuff around London. There's a couple of special expositions at the moment. I think at least one I can think of off the top of my head is for Black History Month, which will be interesting because the population did rise quite a lot after World War II. So that'd be interesting to see. I'll put all my sensory stuff as usual. I have contacted the museum and they have given me some bits and pieces, so I'll put them up on near the end of the video just to be helpful. And I'll also, I know there's an event going on which the video won't be put up yet, so I might ask to see if they know the date for the one after that, so then I can actually put that in. Should be fun. It's, you know, lots of history and all that kind of thing, and hope you enjoy the video. Okay, so you can either, it kind of is upside down, so you start at the top and then go down. You can either take the lift or you can take the stairs. I might take the stairs as an option to see, at least go up a certain distance, but these are the lifts if you need them. Start here and then it goes down, so
Floor 3. Doors open.
So we've got a selection of talks going on. I probably won't be around for any of them, but at least it displays in front of the gallery what's going on. So you have presumably sound things that with an interview, and all the old equipment. The people got all the stuff around the docks. Well, so 1600 pretty much when it started. So there are some videos. This is a bit soft focus in terms of how it looks actually on the screen.
Their coarse clothes, their slave. It is undefined water.
It's kind of the evolve of the keys.
The point is, we've got to try and go. If you don't, you look and tell me about.
So, and then a bit on London sugar and slavery, which of course was incredibly important in our history of how we created our city and how we created England, really.
One of the things I really wanted to do was have conversations with Black people living in the UK, born in Malta or immigrated to the United Kingdom, and to
So you've got a video talking about immigration and history
being questionable
and being back in London. So.
And hearing their stories, and I realised how much I really didn't know as a Black person in terms of our story.
It's very different if you were Black, British born, than if you were born in the Caribbean or if you were born in Nigeria. Black isn't necessarily how you identify yourself. You identify yourself.
So we've got a terminology board of different things. So it explains all the different terminologies, and then it talks about sugar cane, the wealth of sugar, because, as I say, it was an incredibly product that you could get an awful lot of money off it. So we could talk about the Caribbean, question of economics, London, the slave port. Unfortunately, we were very well known for it. Yeah, we were the 4th biggest slave port in the world. Rio de Janeiro, Baja, I think that's how you say it, and Liverpool. So, as I say, I'm talking at the moment because there's not many people around where I can do it. But there's some really interesting stuff in here, so give it a go. Enslavement. As I say, I give a flavour of what you see, and then you can infer it for yourself. So, legacies, empire.
One of the things I stand for, such as my human rights. Last thing I was flow through my nose, like air. Indoor is the smell and outdoor is the stress. Like music, the smell puts me in my door.
So, parliamentary campaigns to change things. And also the importance of how women changed the boy. First-hand talking about the things. There does seem to be a lift over there, but it's not working, so let's go downstairs. So this is a lot about building fun. So a lot of building happened between, in the early 1820s, 1840s. So that, and then revenue, and these other things to do with how it's done. And there is a place for you to sit if you need to. And Docklands in miniature. This was the St Catherine's Dock. Doesn't actually say what date it is, or else I can't see what date it says. But some uniform, the ritual and races. Okay, so these are rowing and passengers. So these Watermen took their part. Okay. A large collection of okay, so these are connected to do with the special police officers, I believe. Sailor Town. Okay, so we're going into Sailor Town, which pretty much it's probably a place you really had to keep your wits about really at the time. Okay, and now we're back into gallery, which is normal. Oh. Okay, so humans, string, talking about one of the disasters that happened with a steamboat. Forges, gasworks, a great stink. Ah yes, because our main water supply was there's engineering, fishing, the new docks that were coming up of Cannon Town, the Isle of Dogs, Tilbury, and we're building up our docks yards. Okay, so there was talking about the strikes that we have on here. You can press to start. Okay, so there are different things in those pots and they give out different smells. So you can either, which you can smell through the thing. They're not particularly strong at the moment, but I've got a cold, so it might be. But there are spices and things in this section, so, and things that you can touch and feel, so. Okay, so railway links to things, which of course Okay, so that obviously something plays there. And now we're simply walking towards the Docklands at the war. So we're gonna get lots of air sirens and stuff of there going on, presumably. That's a recreation of a shelter, or one of the types of shelters you could get, and it's used predominantly as a learning tool for the learning team in the place. This is another kind of shelter, and it was used by police officers or fire wardens, or any others working outside, presumably. Okay, so there's a decent amount of different things playing at this moment. There's a video over here, there's a video over here, and the video playing here. Oh yeah, these are the forts that were put together. So that's talking about unexploded bombs, because there was an awful lot of bombs that just landed and they had to work out what we were doing with them. Vital supplies. We've got another video over here. I think there's a video over here going on. So. Got war on the water and... yeah, so war on the Thames, kind of authority by dock. So there's a lot of mobile canteens, which of course were really important because, you know, keeping the morale up of people.
The strangest of His Majesty's ships ever to put to sea.
So, call to the factories, of course, about how women were introduced, lots of things. And there's a little playset things for kids down there. We've got a model of the harbour and the docks and D-Day, and another video down here that says it's out of range at the moment. But, so from Deutschland to Dockland, capture the vessels continue to arrive. So we've got things like German submarines and things that came to the Docklands. We've got true stories of bravery of the Blitz on down here. And medals that they presumably received. And of course, there's rebuilding of everything. The Portsmouth story was secured kind of here and there. Okay, so this is a quiet space during the war. Just a place to be quiet and to think about this, but it could also be a very nice space for you just to use. I mean, I know there's air sirens behind you, but it might be a space that's a bit more calm, depending on how busy things are. and this is kind of the evolution of the 45 to present, basically. And of course the arrival of men and women from the Caribbean. There was, as far as I can remember, a ship that actually was before the Empire Windrush, but that's the famous one that kind of picked up the name of these. And that'll start playing in a second. But okay, so the tube lines and things like that, of course, evolved. So all this.
Many are ex-service men who know England. They served this country well. In Jamaica, they couldn't find work. His courage was full of hope.
So and the modernisation of the ports and the labour relations and all these other things that built up around and the Beatles. But yeah.
It was about discovering them. As a child, as I said, it was magical. You know, and then you have to.
Okay, so that looks like a projector, but it doesn't actually have any projection. So Docklands was kind of ignored for a bit of time. Plans for regeneration were there, but then nothing really came from it until reshaping of the Docklands appeared, and till what it looks like today, really. So there was a lot of transition, like the Docklands railway thing came in, City Airport of course was a thing. It's kind of a lot of more homes were built in what was originally there, and talk about community and the changing people and housing and all these things all the way around. Some stuff, train stuff down at the bottom of so Docklands turning into a financial district. The screen's not working. So Marine Support Unit disaster. And basically kind of the development of things like of how the railway extension I just remember Bermondsey always being there, but of course I'm from the age group that it probably was reasonably still new when I was around, so but there's a lot of interesting present day history because of course a lot happened between 1945 and now, really, because there was so much going on. Okay, so visual attempt, human migration both forced and through time. So different points. So this is Exodus. So this is humans have always travelled, and this is how they've attempted it. So okay, so this is the reflection rooms. We believe art. So these spaces are reflection, which is always good. Okay, so we were on floor 2, so we need to go down one more floor, and then I'll do some other stuff. This is the archive. There's a lot of documents and films and basically anything that you can archive, really. You can go in there and you can look at that stuff. Which, you know, is always interesting. Okay, so... someone that's not particularly happy at the moment. But let's go downstairs and see what... So in the basement you've got lockers that you can use. Okay, experience was good. As I say, lots of interesting stuff. I was getting a little bit stressed with how many people were in the museum and walking around. But there are sessions in the afternoon on a Monday, which are a lot quieter. So that would be an option that's good. I can't always do midweek sessions because of course I need to take my time off work to do them if I'm filming them, or at least visiting them. So, but that is an option for you. As I say, I was just getting a little bit stressful. I don't think all the galleries and stuff were all that busy. It's just, you know, near the shop, and some of the galleries will probably start filling up as it's 11 o'clock now. There's lots of people with reasonably small children. As I say, very interesting spaces. The light, as I say, there's quite a lot of videos playing, and they're all playing at the same time depending on the galleries. Good pair of ear defenders, which you either can bring with you, or there should be some behind the family section. I'm not sure if they're allowed for adults and children, but as far as I can tell, there's not a huge amount of difference between ear defenders for children and adults. But if you are around the Docklands and you would like to know a museum in history, it is definitely worth a visit. As I say, it's probably worth doing it on a Monday, or I think there is another quieter session as well. I think it's quarterly. I've been given a date in November, but this video won't be up in November, so I might ask and see if they have another date for the next one, so that people know when they need to come. Most museums do have quieter times now, just because naturally there are quieter times in museums, and also if you build something in, then people will know the right time. I hope you enjoyed the video and it was useful. As I can say, I've showed you most of the, pretty much what the galleries were and what they include. Sensory quieter times on Monday afternoons, that lots of those sounds will be turned down or switched off, I'm guessing. As I say, I was getting a bit stressed, but that is just because there's an awful lot of people in there, and it's a big museum, but not the biggest space in some places. So, and as I say, it's very interesting, some of the stuff to see. I know I haven't done it in the massive detail, but that's not the point of these videos. A lot of the time it's about giving people what they have to see and giving you a little bit of step up of what you will actually see. Because to me, I think that's one of the issues of museums. Sometimes, of course, they don't want to give everyone everything, but it's helpful to give people a little bit of what they're going to walk into. So, but yes. But yeah, thank you very much for watching the video. I hope it's been helpful and you enjoyed it. As I say, lots of interesting things to see. I'll put any sensory issues after this little segment. But yeah, it's definitely worth a visit for the history, because there's so much history around the Docklands and around London. But yeah, if you like my videos or any of that stuff, you know, do the usual liking, commenting, sharing them about if you think they're useful, or you just think they're good, you know. Just helps my channel grow, and you know, I would love to help people, and I'd like to help people more, and the bigger my channel grows, hopefully that'll happen. But yeah, hope you enjoyed the video. See you later.